Hello, I'm Mike Wheeler, President of Audibel Hearing Centers. I would personally like to thank you for coming in today and taking that first step to better hearing. Our staff is eager to assist you, so I'm certain your visit will be a pleasant one. Audibel's highly educated specialists will take the time to explain each portion of your hearing evaluation, and I encourage you, please ask questions. It is important for you to understand your hearing loss as well as the benefits of better hearing. Again, I'm Mike Wheeler, and thank you for choosing Audibel.
Hearing loss can occur in anyone at any age. 1 out of every 10 people in the U.S. experiences difficulty hearing. And if you're over the age of 65, that ratio is closer to 1 in 3. Only a fraction of these cases can be addressed effectively by surgery, meaning that the vast majority of Americans with hearing loss are best treated with hearing aids. If you think you may have problems hearing, there is good news for you. The stories you're about to hear represent just a few of the people who have experienced a revolution in hearing from Audibel, the trusted name in hearing science. These people were struggling to find an answer for their hearing problems.
You know, I think the thing that I've missed out on most because of the hearing problem is just a hearing loss just separates you from society. It separates you from people, from the emotional contact that you can have with people. You just tend to get isolated, to isolate yourself because you can't participate.
I knew I had a problem when certain people that had spoken a little bit of a soft tone, their voice would trail off, and I really just couldn't follow their sentences and what they were saying. And that's when I knew I really had a problem.
It's hard to talk to someone when you have to ask them to repeat themselves several times, and you just don't like doing that. So instead, you just don't talk to them, you know.
If I could see someone, I guess I about half lip read, because if I could see their face and they looked directly at me, I could tell what they were saying. But if their head was turned or they were across the room looking the other way, I could not understand what they were saying.
Hearing aids definitely opens up a new world. I realized I needed them when I realized that people thought I was either being rude or arrogant or disrespecting them simply because I didn't hear.
I had a lot of hearing problems when I was a child, and I think my hearing has always been bad. And I've always known, that it's been bad. So I've been trying different things. So this is probably the most innovative thing that I've tried.
My reasons for putting off getting hearing aids was vanity. I didn't want to feel old. There's no question in my mind that I waited too long to do this. My wife told me several years ago at least. For what Audibel has done for me is the quality of life. When you can hear all the time, you're not missing conversations, you're not missing part of your life. When I go out to restaurants with family members and I can hear them talking to me, that's a quality of life issue, and I'm not missing that anymore. It's been a great experience. I mean, I've never been dealt with. I'm a salesman, so I know what it is to be sold, and I didn't feel like I was being sold hearing aids. They were so personable in how they treated me with respect and understanding about what I was going through. They've seen it 1,000 times. It's not like I was something new that came in, but they treated me like I was the first person that they met for the day, for the year, and they treated me with all the respect under the sun.
150 people, most of them children, will be fitted with hearing aids here in Tampa today, but that's just a...
Can you hear me, George? No.
Thinking if I could have had these when I was younger, I would have did better in school.
You would have did better, yeah, you would have. That's true. But now, you know, the good news is you can hear better now.
children and families all throughout the area, giving them the gift of hearing. It's unbelievable to see the mission and all of the people that you've touched, over 140 beneficiaries.
It's one thing to try to fix the body. It's something else as we go, we nurture the spirit, and it makes these people come alive.
What I like about Audibel,
they are the most unique company in the industry.
It's not just the hearing aid we provide, it's the service.
You have the ability to be a part of something.
Incredible hearing experience.
Audibel's American Hearing Excellence is that we provide an experience to the patient that they can't get down the street or on the internet.
we want them to feel like they are the only patient we're seeing today.
If they go from an office in California and they travel to New York City, they're treated the exact same way.
If you ask the Audibel Network, what is the #1 word that describes you, it will be
Family.
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 You've got access to all these people and they're willing to help.
Audibel does a wonderful job of helping the professional, the clinician, the business owner, even the front desk staff.
They stay connected to us just like we stay connected to our patients.
The education and the training helps us focus more on the patients.
We have much better technology with the products that we're working with.
A lot of people talk about innovation, but we make it real.
The hearing aids can tell the difference between the environment we're in, and they can react quite differently.
My specialists know they're fitting the best product that they can.
I had some hearing aids sent in and they put the new circuitry in them because I wanted to hear what it was like. And my wife and I are going to the symphony and I've never, ever listened to music that way before in my life.
Audibel has a tremendous amount of choices, so we can really satisfy the needs of so many people.
The question, why Audibel?
They're a pretty elite group of individuals.
The support of the Audibel Network.
The Audibel experience,
Better hearing.
a better way of life.
The North Sarasota Audibel location is located in University Parkway Shopping Center on the northwest corner of University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road, behind McDonald's and next to Crunch Fitness. With convenient handicapped accessible parking, you're just steps away from our door. Audibel is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and we're happy to see patients evenings and weekends by appointment.
Audibel introduces the world's first hearing aid with artificial intelligence, which can actually mimic the natural sound selection of the human ear. With multi-core processors technology that's found only in the most advanced computers, sounds are analyzed and classified each millisecond, controlling background noise and making speech clear. This is the most advanced hearing aid the world has ever seen, and also the smallest, worn entirely in your ear canal. The only thing anyone will notice is how much better you're hearing.
Gathered a group of volunteers ranging in ages from 8 to 71 and are putting them to the test in our first Battle of the Ages contest.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna play a series of sounds, and if you can hear the sound, I want you all to raise your hands up. Your right hand, you're gonna keep it there, all right?
For those of you watching at home, feel free to play along.
Ready? 8,000 hertz. All right. All of you can hear that first frequency. I'm gonna play another sound at another frequency. If you still hear it, keep your hands up. If you can't, bring your hand down. 10,000 hertz. Okay, we seem to have lost our 60 and over crowd. You guys look great though. Let's raise the frequency even more. 14,000 hertz. Okay, we lost you, we lost you. You're very fit, I can tell. 16,000 hertz. Okay, at 16,000 hertz, we've lost all of our grown-ups. But we still have our youngest members of the crowd with their hands up. Luke, tell everybody how old you are.
8.
8 years old. Your fresh ears still can pick up these faint frequencies.
I've been cleaning them.
Nice work. Now we're taking it up to 18,000 hertz. You guys ready? 18,000 hertz, we've lost 23 and 19. But the under 18 crowd is intact. 18,000 hertz, that's pretty impressive. Enjoy it while it lasts.
So, how about you at home? Were you able to pick up that final tone? Or were you left listening to the sound of silence? Well, either way, you may have noticed a trend. As this chart shows, the higher the frequency, the younger you typically have to be to hear that sound. So why is that the case, and what does it have to do with your brain? To help answer that, here's Yale University's Brian Scholl.
Sounds out in the world are just vibrations in the air. But what we hear is determined by patterns of neurons firing in our brains. So the first step in hearing a sound is to somehow translate an air vibration into an electrical neural signal. This is done by microscopic hair cells in our ears. Different hair cells are activated by different frequencies of vibrations in the air. But as we age, these hair cells start to deteriorate so that we gradually lose the ability to hear these frequencies.
What? And who knows, your kids could be using a high-frequency ringtone
I'll take that.
without you even knowing it. So the first point in our Battle of the Ages goes to the younger brains. But this next game is going to come down to experience, so older brains should have the advantage.
Well, welcome back to Studio 10. Well, Audibel knows the importance of hearing because they see how it impacts people every day. In fact, helping people hear better is all they do. And joining me once again to discuss many of the few very innovative ways they're helping folks right here in the Bay Area is Audibel's Randy Eade. Good to see you, Randy.
Good to see you again.
Okay, you have some amazing products. First, I do want to talk about a little bit about Audibel because you guys, the only thing you do is help people hear better.
That's right. We specialize in helping people hear and communicate. We know the impact it has on an individual and a family as well, so we're here to help. We want you to know that we're there for you. We can have people come in and do a hearing consultation and service all their needs for their hearing.
And what's great about it too is once you buy a product, if you need to have it adjusted or you're having issues with it, you come in and you guys can help them out.
Yes, we do. We have an ongoing process that we take our patients through what we call the hearing journey from start to finish, where we're going to be there to reprogram the hearing aid. If their hearing changes over time, we can take that hearing aid and readjust it. You might say for their new hearing loss, or their, get it adjusted so the maximum benefit for them.
And it is very personal to each person. Some people have a hard time hearing, say, women's voices or things like that, right?
That's true. Usually high frequencies is a very common hearing loss for to not be able to hear women or children. That's usually
some people might say that's a good thing.
That can be.
All right, let's talk about a couple of your products. I know last time you talked a little bit about the SurfLink for the TV. Tell me a little bit more about that.
We talked about the SurfLink Media, this device right here, the box. It hooks to the TV. So first what we do is we fit the patient with a wireless hearing system. And then we take the SurfLink Media, we connect that to their television. Once we do that, the television sound will stream to both ears in stereo and correct for their hearing loss.
That's
so
amazing.
They have wonderful, wonderful sound, and they have their own personal volume control as well.
Okay, we have to talk about the SurfLink Mobile, though. This thing, you were telling me about this. This thing is unbelievable. Tell me a little bit more about how this works.
It's a very powerful tool. SurfLink Mobile 2 is an accessory, once again, that we add to a wireless hearing system. So once we get the wireless hearing system in the patient, now we have all this ability to add these wonderful, wonderful things. The SurfLink Mobile 2 accesses several different things. It's cell phone connectivity, for example. We pair this up to the individual cell phone. When the cell phone rings, they answer the cell phone. They can actually take the SurfLink Mobile and their phone and put it away and talk right through their hearing aids.
Okay, that's crazy. You were telling me that in the break, that you don't need anything.
It's
all
completely
you do,
wireless.
But people might think you're crazy because you're talking and the microphone is inside the hearing aid, and so you can talk to someone on the phone without holding this. You can put this away, put it in your pocket.
Put this in your pocket. The microphone on your hearing aid acts to pick up your voice. We call it our Just Talk feature. So it's completely wireless.
Cool. What I also love about this is we were talking about how if we're sitting at a restaurant eating and I can't hear you because it's so noisy, I can take this and put it near me so that you can hear my voice.
This will also act as a remote microphone system. It has a very powerful microphone, and it will focus that energy toward the person you want to hear. So you're in a restaurant, like you said, you set the SurfLink Mobile down, point it to the source you want to hear. You don't get the background noise, you get that voice right to your hearing aids. It's wonderful.
And so the waiter comes over to take your order, you put it over near the waiter.
Simply face it toward the waiter.
And you can hear the waiter over all the noise.
Our patients love this thing, it's fantastic.
That is so cool. Okay, and I know that you have free screenings, you have several locations. Tell us about that.
We do, we have 21 area bay locations. We're there to serve the hearing impaired. We consider ourselves a patient-friendly company. When you come in our offices, we want you to feel at home.
And there's on your screen all of the offices for Audibel. And to learn how Audibel can help you or a loved one hear better, visit one of their, you said 21 Bay Area locations, right? And to find the location that's nearest you, all you have to do is visit floridahearing.com. Before we go, I have to show you one more thing. I forgot because this is pretty amazing. Your ear, you can't even see it in your ear. Go ahead and take out your hearing device, and I want you to put it here so you can see what it looks like next to a dime. This shows you how big, or actually how small, how tiny this hearing device is. It is smaller than the size of a dime. So that's something nobody even knows you're wearing it.
There's no more stigma about the size of a hearing aid anymore. We've got very powerful technology in a very small package.
Thank you so much, Randy. It's great talking to you again.
Wonderful.
All right, well, coming up next, we will be right back with Ian. That's right, it's time for our news. Don't go away.
This segment was sponsored by Audibel.
I had had problems with the hearing aids that I was wearing. So the wife said, well, it's time to make a change. I'm starting to lose, what clarity and things that are important to me, like your grandkids talking to you, the little squeaky voices and stuff. So she hooked me up with this SurfLink, and I'll tell you, the first time in a long time, I almost cried because I could hear things that I didn't ever expect to hear again. I've only had this not even 24 hours, and I'm able to talk on the telephone now. I'm able to stream videos off of my phone right into my ears. It's right there, and I'm getting 100% of it. I just wish I'd have done this a while ago. Nothing to fear here because of ease of operation, and it's been 100% turnaround for me. It actually caught me off guard because she had told her daughter that Dad's got hearing aids now that he can talk on the phone. So she called me, and then boom, it's just like I'm 20 years old again and talking on the phone. I heard everything. Hey Dad, I hear you can talk on the phone now. Heard it all.
This is, I can see where this has already changed his life in 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Being his spouse, his you know, handicap is my handicap.
Prior to this, the extent of my phone use was texting. Since this, you can now call me on the phone. I'll answer. If I answer or leave a message, I'll call you back. I'll be able to talk to you, not text you.
And he will know who's calling by their
That's
voice.
right. Overall feeling and experience with Audibel is, it's just, they've always been there for me. Helped me with any questions that I've had. Any times I've had any kind of little tiny issues, it's usually been my fault because they weren't clean or something. Come in, clean them up, boom, I walk out the door, I'm in good shape.
Like you grew new ears.
Yeah, it's exactly.
He grew young ears.
Yeah.
The North Sarasota Audibel location is located in University Parkway Shopping Center on the northwest corner of University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road, behind McDonald's and next to Crunch Fitness. With convenient handicapped accessible parking, you're just steps away from our door. Audibel is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And we're happy to see patients evenings and weekends by appointment.
Audibel introduces the world's first hearing aid with artificial intelligence, which can actually mimic the natural sound selection of the human ear. With multi-core processors technology that's found only in the most advanced computers, sounds are analyzed and classified each millisecond, controlling background noise and making speech clear. This is the most advanced hearing aid the world has ever seen, and also the smallest, worn entirely in your ear canal. The only thing anyone will notice is how much better you're hearing.
Hearing loss is a very common health issue, with age-related hearing loss being the most common. You are not alone. Did you know 1 in 5 Americans has hearing loss? The main causes of hearing loss are aging, exposure to loud noises, infections, injuries to head or ears, birth defects or genetics, reactions to drugs or cancer treatments. As you can see, there are many causes of hearing loss, but there are only 2 types, conductive and sensory neural. Conductive hearing loss is due to problems with the outer or middle ear. It is often treatable through medical or surgical methods. Sensory neural hearing loss is the most common and is caused by a problem with the inner ear or hearing nerve. It is usually permanent and can be helped with hearing aids. Some people may have a combination of both types of hearing loss. Don't delay getting help for hearing loss, as there are many negative effects, including irritability and anger, fatigue, tension, and depression, avoidance of social situations, social rejection and loneliness, reduced alertness, impaired memory, reduced performance on the job, and diminished psychological and overall health. Do you frequently ask others to repeat themselves? Turn up volumes to levels others find too loud? Have trouble understanding conversations in noisy places? Have trouble understanding phone conversations? Or have difficulty following fast-moving conversations? You may be experiencing hearing loss if you answered yes to 2 or more of these questions. If you have any of these symptoms, be sure to mention them to your hearing healthcare professional. They can provide the best hearing solution to fit your unique needs. Hearing aids have come a long way from the devices your grandparents used, but the idea behind them, amplification, is still considered the best way to treat most types of hearing loss. In their most simple form, hearing aids have 4 basic components. No matter what style or size of hearing aid you get, all of them will have these 4 components: microphone, amplifier, speaker, and power supply. Microphones and receivers convert energy from one form to another. The microphone gathers sound and converts it into an electrical signal. Located between the microphone and receiver, the amplifier increases the amplitude of the signal supplied by the microphone before sending it to the receiver. The receiver takes those electrical signals from the amplifier and converts them back into sound. And all this happens in that tiny package that is your hearing aid. The introduction of digital signal processing has revolutionized hearing aids. Scientists and manufacturers have written and developed smart software that have led to benefits like improved speech understanding in noisy environments, increased gain without feedback, enhanced listening comfort and speech perception, the ability to customize settings to match the wearer's hearing needs, and more precise directional capabilities. All this technology still requires a power source. That's where batteries come in. The hearing aid industry has standardized battery sizes for hearing aids to make it easy for you to choose the correct size. Each battery type has a corresponding color tab. From smallest to biggest, they are size 10 with a yellow tab, size 312 with a brown tab, size 13 with an orange tab, and size 675 with a blue tab. Your battery's life will depend on your hearing aid type and how often you use your hearing aid. Typically, batteries last 3 to 10 days with average use. For more information about how today's hearing aids work, talk to your hearing healthcare professional. Hearing loss affects more than the person who has it. It also affects spouses, family, and friends. Dealing with a loved one suffering from hearing loss can be difficult, from frustration with having to repeat things, to the heartbreak of seeing someone you care about isolate themselves from the people and activities they love. Convincing the person you care about to seek help is the right thing to do, but it's not always easy. Left untreated, hearing loss can affect a person's quality of life in many ways. You may be making it easier for someone not to seek help without even realizing it. By repeating yourself or explaining what others are saying, you may be preventing the person you care about from realizing how much communication they are truly missing. Here's a few things you can do to help get the hearing loss treatment conversation started. Try talking to them about their hearing concerns and problems. You could gently remind them of their hearing loss every time you repeat something or translate for them. Recommend they visit a hearing healthcare professional. Offer to schedule a hearing consultation and then go along with them. Remind them they have nothing to lose and the potential to gain some hearing assistance by seeing a hearing healthcare professional. Unlike eyesight, when hearing begins to diminish, people are in less of a hurry to do something about it, with many waiting up to 7 years before finally seeking treatment. You can make a difference, and the sooner your loved one seeks help, the sooner they can start their journey to better hearing. For more ideas on how to help, talk to your hearing healthcare professional. If you or someone you know has hearing loss, you're probably wondering what steps to take next. To begin, see a hearing healthcare professional. It's important that you see someone who specializes in hearing issues such as a hearing aid specialist, audiologist, or an ENT doctor. Be sure to schedule a comprehensive evaluation so you can begin your treatment as soon as possible. Hearing loss typically can't be reversed, but most cases can be managed with the help of your hearing healthcare professional and hearing aids. Hearing healthcare professionals are trained experts and are equipped with the technology needed to diagnose and treat your degree of hearing loss. With this knowledge, they can provide a solution personalized for you. They'll also be there with follow-up care and support when you need it. Today, with advances in technology, the best solution for hearing loss is hearing aids. Like all high-tech devices, hearing aids have significantly improved performance and appearance in just the last few years. Today's hearing aids sound better, fit more comfortably, and are more reliable than ever. So don't wait to get treated for hearing loss. Research by the National Council on Aging showed that hearing loss treatment is shown to improve physical health, communication in relationships, intimacy and warmth in family relationships, emotional stability, sense of control over life events, and earning power. Achieve better hearing by working with your hearing healthcare professional. Computers, smartphones, and most other high-tech devices have advanced significantly in just the last couple of years, and hearing aids have been no different. Thanks to more detailed research, faster processors, smarter features, and better designs, today's hearing aids are worlds away from hearing aids of just 10 years ago. The revolution in hearing aids happened about a decade ago when technology transitioned from analog to digital. Analog amplified all sounds equally, but digital technology made hearing aids smarter, giving them the ability to amplify meaningful sounds like speech while making background noise less important. Increased precision, comfort, and clarity were just the beginning of the benefits that digital technology enabled. Noisy places like restaurants and social gatherings are a challenge for people with hearing loss. Today's hearing aids remedy that with directional technology that focuses on the closest voices while suppressing the noises around you. Technology has also virtually eliminated feedback like buzzing and whistling, enabled automatic adjustment to your listening environment, and made working with today's phones seamless. Hearing aids have gone wireless as well. Today, wireless sound from your TV, computer, MP3 player, or phone can be sent right to your ears at a volume you control. Direct connections like this result in richer sound, meaning you can listen at a volume you want without having to turn the volume up loud in the room. Digital technology has also made it possible for all these new features and benefits to fit in a smaller device. Some are so tiny that they rest completely in your ear canal, virtually undetectable when worn. Today's hearing aids come in a range of styles. Let's take a look at what's available. The invisible in the canal option rests in the second bend of the ear canal, making it virtually undetectable to others. The completely in the canal hearing aid has only a tiny plastic handle showing outside of the canal. The in the canal model has a custom ear mold that fits in the canal. A smaller portion shows in the outer ear. The in the ear hearing aid has a custom ear mold that fits within the outer portion of the ear. The receiver in canal is small, discreet, and quick to fit. It's perfect for many first-time wearers. The behind the ear style is the world's most common, available in regular, mini, or power. As you can see, there are many styles and options available to fit your lifestyle. To try the latest advancements, talk to your hearing healthcare professional.
The North Sarasota Audibel location is located in University Parkway Shopping Center on the northwest corner of University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road, behind McDonald's and next to Crunch Fitness. With convenient handicapped accessible parking, you're just steps away from our door. Audibel is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and we're happy to see patients evenings and weekends by appointment.
Audibel introduces the world's first hearing aid with artificial intelligence, which can actually mimic the natural sound selection of the human ear. With multi-core processors technology that's found only in the most advanced computers, sounds are analyzed and classified each millisecond, controlling background noise and making speech clear. This is the most advanced hearing aid the world has ever seen, and also the smallest, worn entirely in your ear canal. The only thing anyone will notice is how much better you're hearing.
Welcome back. Good morning, everybody. Imagine being cut off from your friends and family because you can't hear them. It's incredibly isolating, and the folks at Audibel helped to change that for many families last month during the Tampa Bay Hearing Aid Mission. Here's a taste of that emotional moment with many families here at Steinbrenner Field.
I'm kind of blown away, okay? It's unbelievable. Thank you.
Are you happy?
The families arrived bright and early for free hearing exams and the hearing aids that were fitted right there on the spot. It happened on May 21st, hosted by the Starkey Hearing Foundation and made possible because of Audibel's donation of nearly $500,000 in hearing aids. As you can see, the adults of all ages as well as children were fitted with the hearing devices to fit their specific needs. It's a commitment to help local families, an emotional day for all, and we're very excited to have with us in our studios the regional representative for Audibel, Mr. Randy Eade. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
It was so emotional to see the faces, like happy tears all over the place. How did the event come to be? How did you pick the people who were coming, the folks who were giving? They donated their time.
Locally, our dispensers identified prospects here in the Tampa area, whether they had with a hearing need and a financial need, brought those together. We teamed up with the Hearing Foundation, and then our offices did the preliminary work, the hearing exams and things like that, inspected the ears and such, and then we brought them to the event, and that was the fun part.
Yes.
Because the dispensers actually came also and donated their time and talent to help with the fittings, and also the PCCs, the patient care coordinators, came in and also helped out. So.
And you all really did a lot of background work to make sure that the families that were receiving the hearing aids would not have been able to have them otherwise. They had financial need.
Yes, that's true. You know, hearing affects a lot of people, a lot of people in this world, and we know that some people just can't afford the hearing. So we want to identify those people, and we have such a passion to help people hear that we want to give that gift of hearing to them if we can, and that's what we did.
The kids, watching the kids, their eyes light up when they would receive the hearing aid and could hear everything so clearly. I don't know if I cried more watching the kids or the parents, you know, it's like really emotional. What is the importance of getting that issue taken care of for a young person? How does it affect them?
Not being able to communicate affects the learning process.
Well, we want to thank you and the company and all of the folks from Audibel that donated their time, and of course the hearing aids. We really appreciate you doing that, making a positive difference in the lives of so many local families.
We're glad to do it. You know, Tampa Bay has been so good to us. We want to give back to this community. We love it.
Thank you so much, and we'll be back right after this.
So the world may hear.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
kind of blown away, okay? It's unbelievable. Thank you.
Are you happy? Good.